Sorry, guys. Sorry. I guess I'll start over, won't I? Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I had you guys muted. I am sorry. Um, yeah, I had it muted. Hey, Muse, what's going on? IG, what's up? Yeah, I know. Um, yeah, good, guys. But yeah, we got a decent sized earthquake that just happened here, um, Easter Island, southeast of Easter Island. We'll run through a couple things here just so you guys got it, just so you guys know what's actually happening and all that. It's not. I don't know that there's any tsunami things going on right now. Here's the box. In case you guys aren't familiar with USGS, what'll happen is if something like this happens, you just click on it. That'll pop up. And the thing I look at first is the green, because that the green pager box, because that'll show you, estimated fatalities, estimated damage, all that kind of stuff. And that's usually what we're looking at. That's usually what we want to see first, just to see how bad it is and if people need help and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you guys still got audio? Okay, good. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, you got this going on. So when you do this, when you come over here, if you click on that box, it'll take you to the NOAA site, okay? And obviously, they're talking about, actually they've already NOAA's downgraded this already to a 6.6. It came in at first at a 6.9. It'll be it'll be up and down for a minute. They'll still try to adjust, and that's just what they do. I've quit, kind of trying to go at, do they change it for whatever reason or whatever. The fact of the matter is, we can't change what they do. So, it's what it is, at this point. Now, Ron can read over at Emergency Management Associates. He can read the seismos and stuff, but that takes a minute. So can Terry. And I think Ricky can too. But that's where you can actually get a pretty good idea of going off all the seismos instead of just simply relying on somebody to tell you what it is. Because I don't think that it's responsible for anybody to really not just at least look at something. Not saying that anything's wrong or going on with this, but people can be wrong. It's just what it is. We make mistakes, even if for whatever reason we want to talk about. But for now, there is no tsunami warnings. Now, sorry about that. Didn't mean to go to that screen. Here's the buoy screen, buoy site. This is a National Data Buoy Center. If you guys have never been to this site, you guys probably should go there. It is definitely a good site to go to. Now, what will happen, guys, is if the things are in, I believe if they're blinking, they're kind of in event mode. And that's what happens, okay? They'll start blinking. Now, I know people run to the red color and think, oh my gosh, that's where all the stuff's going on, right? You can see down here with the key, see how that's kind of just in and out, right? That's what the little diagonal boxes would look like. I guess I could zoom in on this. Sorry about that, guys. Give you a better look at it here. But it happened down here, okay? So, there's really not a whole lot of buoys down here, number one. The red ones are, all that's telling you is they don't have any data for like the last 8 hours, I believe. I think that's what the red box itself means. Stations with no data in the last 8 hours. Okay? But what'll happen is, again, you see this thing blinking. If it's in event mode, these are the buoys that are out there. If it's in event mode, that's what it'll be doing, okay? So nothing's in event mode, so it's not picking up any wave action. Yeah, they turn them off, and that's definitely something we see. But what do we do? I don't know where else we can go to try to get any kind of information other than places like where we have to. I wish it wasn't like that. But the simple fact is that all we can do is scrutinize and really try to see things with a clear eye that hasn't been, I don't know, I guess, corrupted for many, many years. And it's hard for all of us that have been around to really kind of get out of that. And we struggle with that with everything. It's just complacency is what it is. We're all programmed to some certain level, and when you're trying to break out of that, it is a process. Just let me tell you. But I've seen people break out of that and then go too far the other way, and that's where you have to really find the line. And I guess I've been doing this long enough now that I've just kind of looked at things and been like, we're looking at all this stuff. What's the other options we have? What can we do to get data other than the typical places? There's not anything we can, at least that I've found. So I just want to point that out. But as far as the earthquake goes, again, there is no tsunami warnings right now. At first, I seen some alerts come through, and that's what happened. There were some tsunami alerts, but I went to this site after that, after I went live. While I was in that intro, I was just I was searching through all this, and I kind of figured out pretty quick like that there weren't really any like tsunami warnings. So I just want to put that out there. So, but if you click on these right here, it might give us, it gives us data. It tells you where it's at. Tells you you can click on it. You can go to view details right here, and it'll give you where it's at. I think it gives you data of what's going on at that location. Okay, it goes off of wave height, and it goes down. You can see how this this takes a minute to try to learn how to read these things. So I just want to point that out. It's not like extremely complicated, but you do have to like pay attention and look at the key and see what you're actually looking at. It's not like right there for you to see. You have to go look at some of the data. But that's what we're looking at here. So, again, let me go over here to this earthquake real quick, because they haven't changed it here on the official USGS site yet. Again, let me point this out. This is USGS, and I think they're pretty much the same. They're probably the same agency. They're probably ran by the same overhead, whatever runs them. I don't know. Don't know for sure. But what I will say is that this is NOAA here. Okay, I know that for sure. This is NOAA Prediction Center. So that's what we can, go off of there. But as far as USGS and who they answer to, I'm not sure. If they're the same, same entity, just kind of two different departments, I don't know. But the Prediction Center here is definitely saying no tsunami right now. And actually, over here on USGS, if you go here, you click that button, that's where it takes you. And that's probably why this one's here. Yeah. So, again, and why I say it might not be the same agency, they just kind of use this, is the fact that this is saying it's a 6.6, and USGS is still plotting it at a 6.9. So that's kind of where I'm at with that thing. But let's I don't know what the probability. I know that this was on a lot of people's. If you guys watch other channels that try to do the prediction stuff, they were talking about this area here, and the past couple days we've seen it get pretty quiet down in this area. It's not something that was, and I said for a long time. The biggest thing I look for is inactivity, because that's really all I can do. Inactivity and space weather is where my knowledge stops, pretty much. So when I don't see stuff, like we always see multiple earthquakes down through here, guys, in a 24-hour period. So when you look here, if you only see one or just not very many, people better start looking in that area. You know, if it's always active and then all of a sudden it stops, something had to change. And typically it means that something's building. And when it goes to go ahead and go release, this is what it's doing. Now you're looking at this here. I'll tell you what. Let me just update this page. Yeah, they still got it at 6.9. Let's go in here and I'll show you what these boxes look like again. Again, what you're looking at here, you're not going to see any economic loss or fatalities because of where it's located. So, it does look like it was. Where is it at exactly? Yeah, see, there is no population here. Okay, so if nobody's there, how's it going to hurt anybody? So that's, you know, the main concern here would be like a tsunami of sorts. Now, what this could affect, again, this actually might end up being a decent, good thing for us. Because if that pressure was building wherever it's building at, yeah, maybe it just released right there. Now remember, during my stream earlier today, just right here, we were talking, you know, earthquakes here, here, and here. Now we got one here. That's a straight line. Now I don't know that the pressure is moving like that, but I want to point something out. Because I said this in my video earlier. This earthquake right here was 531 kilometers deep. That didn't match up with anything else that was going on right here at the time. That's 10 kilometers. That's 28. 10. These are all shallow except for this extremely deep one. And now we get this one. And this one's coming in at 10 kilometers, but you can't really trust that yet. This is too new. So a lot of times they won't plot how deep they are until later on. So, yeah. So I don't know. You know, just is what it is. Let's see here. Boo, 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 boo. Richard calling it fear porn. That's okay. Hey, you know, believe what you want. I'm all good with whatever, you know. I'm not on here blasting saying everybody's gonna do whatever. I'm actually out here giving you just the straight data, observed information. Not really adding much to it. You're not going to get that from anybody else. Not very many people. I didn't see where did he say? What was he saying, Isaiah? I don't even see him in here. Just curious. I just don't want to have to go back and read it later. Must have set it way up here. Anyway. Yeah. J.E. Where's J.E. at? Who's J.E.? Regardless, I don't need to be wasting my time on it anyway. Oh, typo. I gotcha. Oh, alright. Yeah, it's all good, guys. I mean, like I said, this is, thank you, though. This is, something that I don't have a whole lot of knowledge on. It's as simple as that. Hey, Jerry. What's up? Renee, good to see you. Well, thank you, Renee. I appreciate that. Chris, what's up, man? Asking a question? What you got? What's your question, Chris? I might be able to help you, man. I'll tell you what. While I got you here, guys, if you guys want me to, I'll go through some. I'll go through some space weather stuff real quick and see if I haven't looked at it yet, so we can look at it together if you guys want to, real quick. Let's see what the current space weather conditions are. Looks like we kind of came back up a little bit geomagnetism wise. Not sure why, but that is what it is. Yeah, we had a little pop of density there. Wow, looks like the wind speed went up too. You guys see that? That's interesting, huh? Looky here. Oh yeah, we had another little pop of solar wind. Looks like. See this? When the magnometer kind of moves like that, that means we're getting geomagnetism hitting our planet here. Also, if you look at the aurora, that's actually kicking right now too. I got something else we can look at real quick. Oh yeah, look at that! Wow, that's speed, guys. That's maxed out speed right here on this graph, anyway. Hey Kathleen, what's up? Wow, guys, look at that. What is going on with that? Holy crap. Now, listen, guys, you remember that CME I said might be clipping us right after that, right after the solar wind stream was supposed to be here? I wonder if that didn't just clip us. I'll be interested to see what this next bar brings us, because all these conditions looks like they're upticking. That's curious. That's very curious. I don't know what's going on with that. That's I didn't really expect to see that, guys. I mean, honestly, I thought, you know, all this stuff was the solar wind stream was pretty much over. Looks like we got another little pop. That little that jolt and stuff there, I don't care too much for, guys. I'm gonna have to check something here real quick while I got you guys here. That when it jerks like that, the first thing that comes in my mind is like a time a shot of missing time. So what I'm gonna do, see, it's doing it right there, guys. That's odd, and it's not missing time. If you look up here, it's keeping right with time. That's really strange. See that? Now, what's got it kind of strange for me, it's like opening up this way. Watch this. I don't know what's causing that. I mean, it doesn't look like we got, well, let me say this. The density, okay, because it only reads so high on this. We know we're getting a solar wind stream blast here, okay? We know that for certain because you can see it, the dark reds. This is like right now. This one here actually keeps up to pretty close to real time. That's going to right at almost 7 UTC. So that, yes, that's exactly, this is almost like real time. It's 1:30 on Eastern time zone where I'm at, and that's about how the difference of time zone from me to UTC. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely some, I've not, to be honest with you guys, like I said, I've not seen our magnetopause do this. Not like that, not that much. I've seen like the whole thing like jerk, but not like just back here and just like See, watch that. Here, let me show you something. I want you guys to see what I'm seeing. I know I'm saying, hey, look at that, look at this. You guys are probably like, what are you looking at, man? Tell us. Um, sorry, I do that. I just kind of assume. But let me find what I was talking about. Okay, so what's going on here? We're getting a pretty good blast of solar wind coming in from the front, or it could be that CME like I was talking about. So I'm going to leave my cursor here. Watch it like flicker right here. Now this gives us an image every minute. So for conditions to change that fast in a minute is pretty impressive. So if we do this and we keep going forward, you see all that, just doing that back there? And that's the end of the time lapse. So let me go back here. I mean, that's all over the place. Let's go down here. Let's look at the pressure. What's the pressure doing? Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm not trying to be like that. I'm not, honestly. It's not, I'm not trying to, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm just, when I see stuff like that, it's kind of my first reaction. Watch what this does here. It almost like it's like something just vibrated back and forth real fast. See that? What is causing that? I'm not kidding, guys. I've never seen it do that. Wow. Now, listen to what I'm getting ready to say. Let me do this so you guys can understand. We have these earthquakes right here, right? We go here and there's one real deep. 532 kilometers when the ones around it were not. Then we get this big one. Okay? That just happened an hour ago. What was going on during that hour time frame? This is what was going on. Okay, so we're going to check the timestamps here. Okay? That's at 5:33. When did it first start doing it? Okay, it first started doing it right around 4-ish, right? So 5:33, and then the big one right there, that big flutter right there, was right around 6 UTC. Now, for a good couple hours, we were fluttering like that, guys. Now, we're talking magnetics here. We're not talking about the planet itself like fluttering, okay? I want to make that perfectly clear. Because that is definitely... So what we're going to do now, now it's got, I wasn't expecting this to happen, guys, sorry. You guys can just watch what I do when I do my research, okay? Let's go here. This is ISWA. The earthquake was just south of Easter Island, southeast of Easter Island some. Let me update these other magnetopause models, okay? Because I want to see what these things are doing. I'm going to get the Australian model loaded up too while this is going on. I'm just going to get these boxes out of here. Let's get that out of there. Let me pause these things. So I'm going to load this Australian model too, because this one here, if this bow shock is fluttering like we were just seeing, it kind of is. You see that? You see it fluttering? That's just weird. Just saying. Let's go back to ISWA here. We'll check out ISWA and see what it's doing. Okay, it's not now 5:30. It ain't showing too much there. Let's see what it's showing us here. Yeah, this one isn't. It's not as up to date as the one I just showed you guys. All right, let's do this. Okay, let's go here. Let's do the. And again, guys, I don't want this to be a big deal because it's probably not. I've just never seen that model do that. It could be something very, very normal. I don't know. Now, what I will point out is, you remember this? I was showing it to you earlier in my video, how we seen the Aurora do that. Look. Okay, so this is my thing. I showed you guys this earlier. What did we call that? Somebody actually said it looked like a flickering light bulb. Right? So, you know, it was just kind of doing that number, right? But then we go over here. Where we at? Where am I at? And we kind of see this doing something like that. So guys, I wasn't expecting to see that, just so you know. I don't have a good explanation for why it's doing that like that. Only thing I can say is that if this is actually a true signature of what's actually happening, that would be a major fluctuation of space weather conditions. What I mean by that is it's going from high to low real fast. Okay? That's really about the only thing that would probably cause something like that. Okay, yeah, I got some other ideas here too, but I probably shouldn't say them because, yeah, the density there is kind of crazy too. See, watch the density kind of roll around in back of us here, and then really kind of come up inside of our bow shock here. Come back around this way and just move around back here. That's some pretty high dense material to be moving around like that. I'll be really, really curious to see once this thing here updates. Where's it at? I mean, let's see what they showed speed-wise here. It got over 600. I mean, that's substantial. It's not like crazy fast, but I'm just not seeing anything that's going to explain what I'm showing you guys there. Yeah, I mean, that's high velocity, definitely. And what I want to say here is, you know, when these things get maxed out, you see this bar graph here? If it's any faster than that, it's still going to show that color. It doesn't show any other colors past that. That's the only issue I have with these kinds of graphs. At least that I can tell. I've never seen them show any other color. But we know that we've had conditions faster than that. So maybe they change the graph when that happens. I don't know. But this here, same thing. Okay? So whatever's happening here, the density actually could be higher than what we're seeing being represented on this model. If this thing is maxed out, it can't show you anything more than what it can. You know what I mean? Material and gas. Well, what I'm talking about when I say stuff like that, that's a good question. We're talking about plasma. Okay, plasma is charged to gas. That's all plasma is. And so when the sun ejects stuff, that's what it's ejecting. We call it material. It has a density because, you know, that's why you can call it material. I know we're kind of programmed to think material in a different way of thinking there, but charged particles is what sometimes we just kind of refer them to as material. It may be the wrong thing to say. Very well could be. But yeah, so I don't want to make a bigger deal about this than what it is. But it definitely is kind of with all this stuff happening, you got a deep earthquake here, and then all of a sudden we get this big one right over here. Now again, I want to say this. There were multiple channels talking about this area here was on an earthquake watch, and so was this area over here. And they both got hit. No, there aren't no x-rays right now. It's a good question. Let me go here. We can look at that. I already looked at it, but here's your x-rays. Nothing. I mean, that's crickets right there, man. I mean, nothing going on that way. Radiation, nothing happening there. Geomagnetism. I'll be interested to see this next bar, like I said. Now, when we can go see like the actual data and stuff, you know, ACE data would really be where we should be able to see it here. And it's already out too, close to 7 o'clock, so it's not really showing anything crazy there. The only thing I see here, guys, now I want you guys to listen to me, okay? And this may not be really all that relevant. You're welcome, Denise. Good to see you. Maria Angela holding it down in the Bronx. No, there wasn't no missing time, Kathleen. That's the first thing I was telling. Oh, you talking about here? That's just the line of sight, guys. They can't transfer the data back because the Earth's in the way. That's pretty much what it is. It gets in the way. So there is a blackout time on the ACE data now. They used to it used to be not as prevalent because I think they took some of the satellites out of commission, put them in storage mode. They're still up there. They don't have them active. But looking at this, you know, I see this little, and then I come over here to the BZ. The BZ is the only thing really moving. If you see here, we're not seeing any mass fluctuation here. Okay, now if I zoom in, I'm seeing something right here on the end of it. You can kind of see a couple dots here in the latest reading. That's pretty high. Now this got up there to that. Now, but the BZ is really kind of going up and down a little bit here. And it is actually more significant than what it's showing because of the range we got. Okay, so this right here would be, 6, like at a 6 or something, 6 or 7 area. So, again, it's probably not a big deal, guys, but when we're talking about just getting a big earthquake, I mean, a decent, a 6.9 or a 6.6, whatever it's going to officially become here, it's still significant. And for us to have something like what we've seen here happen at the same time, it's kind of hard to think that it's not related. I mean, that's some pretty good pressure going on there. But again, what's really strange to me is the actual flickering there. Now, if it was repeating images right there, on like it was having a tool flaw, it wouldn't be, obviously it would be the same image back and forth, and it's not. It's, because I checked that a minute ago. It's not exactly the same. So we're actually getting different readings here, this close to one another, to cause this to flutter like that. And let me say this too, guys. Now check this out. I noticed this a little bit when I was first showing you guys this. I just didn't say it. You see how you got a little bit of flutter there? Watch. See that? Right there? Okay? And we keep moving. You see another little flutter? See how it's getting more and more intense? Now watch. More intense there. More intense. And then this. Wham. Okay? It started out slow. That is a definite progression of increasing fluctuation there, guys. It starts out slow, starts getting a little heavier there, more prevalent right there. More so there. Now watch. Then it goes to that. That's an increasing signature. I don't know what to think about that. You guys can see that, right? I mean, am I seeing it wrong? Because it seems like it started real tight, and then it just kept progressively getting worse. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one seeing that, because, yeah, I thought I was like seeing stuff there for a minute. That is just all kinds of weird. All right, I updated that. Let's see what we got now. Oh, there's something else we can look at. I forgot. Hold on. Forgot about this. Geoelectric field model. Let's see what it's doing. Okay, guys, now listen to me here. You see this? This thing hasn't updated since midnight. We're now into the 3rd. This has not updated. That's odd, I have to say. This thing is usually really, really consistent. I don't know why it hasn't updated yet. I mean, we were getting some action right there anyway. Not a whole lot, but it puzzles me why they're waiting here. I don't know why. There's something else here that kind of bothers me too. This happened over an hour and a half ago now. Why are there no more earthquakes? Here, hold on a minute before I say that. Let me turn this on. Yeah, no more earthquakes. Not down here anyway. Yeah, guys, that Bezig, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name there. It's talking about the 10 kilometer depth thing. They're not. That's a default setting. They got to figure out exactly how deep it is. Sometimes they are 10 kilometers deep, but most of the time they're not exactly 10 kilometers. It would be hard to have like multiple earthquakes come in at the exact same depth. That would be odd. That's a default that the computer goes to until it can be, overlooked or, I guess, looked at is what I should have said. And the numbers need to be checked. Hey, Peggy, what's up? Man, guys, I don't know what's going on with that. Sorry, this is kind of like on the like quiet side here, because I'm usually got stuff to show you guys. This is just really strange. I'm not making any kind of claim here on what's going on because I just simply don't know. This is definitely, all I can do is show you the observation. But I will say this Flutter and stuff that we see here, and we're not missing time, that is telling you that that's a true signature. So what would cause our magnetics to do that? Taylor asked me if I've ever seen this happen like this here. No, I have not. But let me preface this by saying that I've only been looking at these tools for 3 or 4 years, and this tool is actually fairly new. It's about 2 years old. So we don't have a whole lot of historic data on this, but I've never seen it do that. I've shown you guys fluctuations, but it's like the whole screen fluctuated, not just one area. And that to me is telling me that that's something that's really happening. Now, again, it's probably not that big of a deal, but I can't get away from the fact that this is happening at the same time that this earthquake popped off. After we had a big deep one right here. Because if you go over here and you look, that deep one happened at, well, it happened at 10:30 Eastern Time. No, that's 8:30. Sorry. 8:30 Eastern Time. This one happened at midnight. Well, 12:30. So we're looking at 4.5 hours later between those two quakes. So I don't know if they're related. I would have a hard time thinking that they're not related in some way. And then you throw in this right here, like I said. I don't want to go claim that this is down for any kind of crazy reason. I don't know that to be a fact. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens when it gets going in there, Well, you're welcome to that opinion, Ginger. That's okay. All good. Yeah, guys, don't, if they want to, I'm okay with leaving those in there, guys, as long as it's not vulgar. They can smack me all around. I don't care. Yeah, no censorship for sure. Oh, you're talking about the chat in here? No, we try not to do that. That's just something, they're just trying to protect me, Callie, too, okay? That's just all they're doing. and I appreciate it. So, yeah. I appreciate you guys. I really do. You guys got a tough job in there. I mean, I know because I'm a model on other channels, and it definitely is. So, yeah. No censorship. Everybody gonna pull their clothes off and run through the chat naked. That was funny. Schumann show. That's cool. Nice one. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate anybody doing that for. I get it. I understand. It's just, yeah, let's just, you know, as long as they're not attacking anybody else, guys, go ahead and let them say what they need to say to me. As long as it's not vulgar, I can handle it. I know the other night I kind of let it get to me a little bit, and I know you guys are trying to help, and that makes me feel good. But, yeah, you guys know. So thank you, all you guys. And I would say to that too, I mean, there's other ways to say things like that to people. That if you really want me to do that, what you just said there, first thing you probably need to do is shut your caps off because you were yelling at me. Second thing, if it's not respectful and if it's nothing more than just doing whatever, I'm not going to hear it anyway. So, just so you know. And again, I don't know how many times I've said in here that I'm not an earthquake prediction guy. I'm not predicting anything. I'm showing you guys the observation. That's simply it. And I was asked if I'd ever seen that model do that before, and I haven't. So, but yeah, I would definitely think that that's kind of crazy. I don't know. Wow. Okay. But yeah. So, I guess I can update that and see if any buoys are going into event mode. Nope. I should sing. I don't know if you guys want to hear me sing. Yeah, Chewy, they do. They do. He asked if they have aftershocks, and that's kind of what I was saying earlier. You know, you kind of hit on something I was talking about. You know, I pointed out the fact that there were no other earthquakes here. They actually downgraded that to a 6.7 now. So yeah, they've downgraded it some. What's the depth on it now? Still 10. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's just a significant earthquake that popped off there, and I just wanted to show it to you guys. And so yeah, I mean, you guys got any more questions that maybe I can help you answer if I have the knowledge to show you or share with you. Can space weather affect a pacemaker? Yes, it can. No, I didn't take offense, Will, at all. Not at all. No, I mean, I can sing a little bit, but I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. Thank you, Andrews. Appreciate it. I appreciate everybody in here. You guys are awesome. I mean, everybody. I don't care who you are. You know, let me say this too. We're not always going to agree, guys. I haven't said that in a while, but that's just the truth of it. It doesn't mean I like anybody any less or think any less of anybody, or back and forth either way. So just know that when you come here, you can say what you need to say as long as it's respectful. And not vulgar. So, and I had a little meltdown the other day that I went back and deleted the live stream because I was melting down. but that is what it is. That's cool, Ginger. No, honestly, I think what it's about, guys. You know, Ginger, just to kind of hit on what, well, you know, you were yelling at me there. I don't know why you were yelling. That's all. I think that's why it got deleted, because it was, you know, you're kind of yelling at me. That's all I'm saying. You can yell at me all you want. I'm good with that. My mods were just trying to protect me. That's all. Please don't be mad at them. They all do good things, and I'm glad you're here too. I really am. I think we all have a good place to come here, and sometimes it's hard to tell if somebody's really being nasty, or if it's a joke, or if it's just, hey man, stick to what you know. I think that's what you were trying to say, and I can appreciate that. I really can. I just think it was the way that it was kind of said. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it means, Ginger. Yep. Sorry if you didn't know that. Well, maybe you weren't yelling then. So it's all good. We can just let that go. It's not a big deal, honestly. I'm okay, and I hope that you're okay. And whoever, I'm not sure who deleted the comment, they're fine too. Again, they're just trying to do the best. Oh, you're fine. Don't apologize, please. That's not the intent. I just want you guys to have a place to come, and you know, I just want people to understand that the mods, they have a really, really hard job sometimes, and sometimes they'll delete something because they think because they know that it might hurt my feelings or whatever, and that I've done the same thing. Okay, just because we care for each other here, and I think you know that if you've been around, and I think that's kind of what happens sometimes. We're at some level, we're overprotective of each other, and I appreciate that. It's just I try to make sure everybody can say what they need to. So, I really do appreciate it. Yeah, it's all good, Ginger, for real. I mean, it's not a... Please don't think nobody's ever going to think anything less. It's really... So what we're going to do is we're just going to quit talking about that and move on. I mean, that's the best thing we can do. I'm sorry. You said you were sorry, and it's all good. We're all good. But at some level, what you said is right. Okay? I don't know earthquakes as well as he does. I don't. Oh, no, you ain't getting deleted. We don't do that here. No way. Not at all. Kathy's B-Day. Happy B-Day, Kathy. Good job. Made it another year. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I just wanted to bring that to you. And, oh, yeah, my daughter says hi. Golden Gook. She's one of our mods. She just wanted me to tell you, everybody, she says hi. She hadn't been on here in a minute, so. So yeah, I do appreciate everybody here, guys, and I really do. You guys are awesome, Muse. Honestly, you guys are just great. I can't say enough. But anyway, guys, happy birthday to Kathy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kathy. Happy birthday to you. Oh, man, love it, love it, love it. Kathleen says, hi, daughter. Anyway, guys, I am going to get off here. I'll try to keep you guys updated. I just thought that was interesting. We get that quake, and then we seen that flutter in the magnetosphere. It's kind of odd, but I don't know if it's related or not. I would kind of think that it almost has to be at some level, but we'll keep an eye on it, see if it gets any worse. But anyway, guys, love you guys. God bless. Yahusha saves, and you know what's next. You can drink this Kool-Aid.